The Ku Klux Klan killed my little girl. Now I'm alone in this hostile world. My plan for vengeance may seem odd, but with the help of God, I will destroy him from within. Disguise myself and be the Black Klansman, and the Klan will ride this night, living their big life, burning cross upon a hill, guiltless people die. Why can't they learn to love and understand? What type fool could find good in the Klan? My life will not be complete till the Klan has their defeat.
Curfew has been established, and only Negroes living in the riot area are allowed in or out. That's the top of the news. Listen again at 10:30.
Here's a Negro that made it out.
Jerry, thank God, am I glad to see you.
You really worry about me, baby?
Cut it out. I've watched that riot stuff on TV until I'm sick at my stomach.
Listen to this girl carry on, Lonnie. You'd think she was my mother instead of my fiancée.
You could have been maimed or killed. And for what? A drunk.
Chuck Sloan is more than a drunk. He's a friend, baby. A friend.
Well, now, Jerry, she has the right to make noises at you.
A woman never has the right to make noises when her man is out playing the Good Samaritan.
You were down there proving something, old friend, and you ought to have your tail kicked for playing the smart aleck hero.
For Andrea?
Yeah.
Hell, man, I don't have to be a hero to prove my manhood to Andrea, do I, baby?
Jerry, this is no time.
Hey, man, that could have been the camera.
I'm sorry, I was just shocked by your vulgar display of affection. All right, look. Why don't I go out front and see if Chuck Sloan is still out there?
Yeah, he's probably afraid he needs a new camera by now. Ask him to come back, will you, Lonnie?
Okay.
Well, I guess we better get ready, huh?
Makeup reviews are going over, I guess.
I just gave it a going over, baby.
And I loved every minute of it.
Where's my tux?
It's in with my stuff.
You did it, Jerry. By golly, you did it. You got back in one piece.
You act as though you didn't think I would.
You got some shots of the actual people involved?
Yeah.
And close-ups?
Yeah.
And the fires?
And the rioters and the police.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and a brick sailing at my head.
Too much.
Yeah, it would have been if it hit me.
Jerry, how can I repay you for giving me this self-respect?
Just get out of here and write a story that's as good as those pictures I took.
What's the matter with him? I never seen him move so fast in his life.
He probably forgot where he left his last drink.
Hey, Joe. Listen, for Christmas, I'd like a clip-on bow tie, okay?
Relax, relax. We're not doing any business out there. No one's got the guts to come out on a night like this, except a couple of boozers like Sloan.
Yeah, where is everybody, Joe?
You know where everybody is. Everybody is watching this lousy TV with a loaded shotgun leaning against the wall.
You know, you're right. We'd be drinking more than we sold.
All right. Take the night off. The jukebox will cover you on the music, and I'll call you if there's any change tomorrow.
That's cool.
Well, you know, for once, I sort of like that guy.
I didn't feel much like singing anyway.
Yeah, and for once, we won't be dragging our tracks when we get home, huh?
You stop and listen here to what your old mama's got to say to you. You ain't 21 just yet, young man, and I ain't gonna have you denying your old mama like this.
Ain't nobody denying you, Mama.
If there ain't nobody denying nobody, then you get right on back to the house before I lose what's left of my temper.
You know I can't do that.
I don't know no such thing. I just know you ain't got no business in town.
I don't want to deny you, Mama. Tell me you want me to go in and see if it's true. What it says here in the paper. The first time I ever seen it in the paper. And it's their paper, so it must be true.
Please, Delbert, son. Not today. Not the first time it's in the paper. Let somebody else try it first.
Don't worry, Mama. I ain't gonna cause no hassle. I'm gonna have Brother Farley read it to me to make sure I ain't made no mistakes.
Farley? Farley ain't no son of mine. Not since he moved into town and started hanging around with that bunch of rowdies.
But he can read better than me.
Delbert, son. Don't you want to drive into town like you was somebody?
No, ma'am. I just want to walk into town like I was an ordinary man.
Here, Delbert, I won't have no son of mine going into town without he looks like a gentleman. You be sure to get back here before dark, hear? Wednesday prayer meeting tonight at the church.
Farley?
Delbert, that shot cost me 2 bits. Well, going on and say it, you done broke my concentration. Oh, I see. Excuse me, fellas. My little brother here wants to talk about something very serious. Like where do babies come from or something like that.
You're playing on your money, baby.
Don't I know it? Delbert, don't you believe none of that crap. None of it.
It's a law, though, ain't it?
Yeah. In Washington, D.C., it's a law. But Washington, D.C. is a long way from Pennville, Alabama. So what else do you want, huh?
I want me a cup of coffee at the City Cafe.
I suppose if you just go over there and plop your little behind down at that bar, old Alex would be glad to rustle you up a cup of coffee.
You know what I mean. I know you do.
Of course I know what you mean. You're not the only one in the family with soul. But you know, I think Mama shortchanged you on brains.
I got a right to go in there. And I'm going.
Listen here, boy. You came here after my advice, and now you're going to take it. You hear?
Look, I come here to have you read the paper.
And I read it, okay?
Okay.
I don't care if it is a law. You're fooling around with dynamite.
Thank you. Thank you.
May the Lord strike us dead. Just look at yonder.
Just ignore it. Maybe it'll go away.
Mr. Rook. Mr. Rook, that dang fool done sat down with us.
I thought there's a sudden stink in here, Brother Jenkins.
Could I have a cup of coffee, please?
Come on. Let's all get out of here while we can still breathe. Black boy, you done told it.
Get that cup of coffee?
No, Farley. All I got was a case of pneumonia. I ain't never seen so many cold shoulders.
No sense in going where you're not wanted.
Well, they come in here. I've seen them.
Yeah, But they don't come in here to make friends with us men folks. They come in here for one reason. To find some little gal who can't make a couple of bucks any other kind of way.
Well, you shouldn't let them gals act that way.
They gotta eat, ain't they? I damn sure can't support them all, not on what I make. Are you going on home from here?
Just go on staying in our place? Is that what you mean?
I mean for you to get on home and quit horsing around with trouble. Let some of us with a little more know-how handle this stuff. Go home and cool it.
You boys got something planned?
Never mind what we got planned. Just get. If I catch you in town 5 minutes after sundown, I'm gonna whip your butt. And I can still do it. Now get.
Come on, get out of that car.
Come on, nigger. Get up for me. Run for your life, nigger. Run, run.
Get the clothes on.
In the eyes of the everlasting shepherd, Jesus Christ. Let us all rise up and rededicate our lives to his ways. For his way is the way of everlasting peace. Satisfactions in this world are nothing. In the world of the hereafter.
All right, let's get on with this. My desk is piled sky high with work.
Go ahead, Reverend. I would like to tell you about a double murder that happened last night.
Over in Shacktown?
Shacktown. In the south end of Turnerville, if that's what you mean.
Now, don't get up, Eddie.
The Reverend's absolutely right, Sheriff. Now, there's no section of my town that's known as Shacktown.
I take it you must be talking about the boy that was shot and the kiddo that was burned to death. Were you a witness?
It was my church.
Then you could make a positive identification.
They were hooded.
And you didn't see any faces?
Of course not. But it is common knowledge who is responsible. William Rook.
Look out there. Now that kind of talk is slander if you can't prove it.
Now you understand why I couldn't go to the sheriff in the first place.
You know cotton picking well I'm saving you a heap of expense and embarrassment. Suppose I indicted somebody on your say-so. What the devil do you think they'd do to you in front of a jury? You get me some proof and I'll make some arrests.
I see that I'm wasting your time, Mayor Buckley. Thank you for what you have tried to do.
You know, Sheriff, we're fools.
How's that?
Not treating these people like human beings.
More wasted words?
I'm afraid so, Father.
Well, that does it for me. Maybe we ought to call in some help.
And I still say no, Father. More bloodshed is not the answer. But come, let us return to the church and continue rebuilding. The Lord will show us the way.
I love you very much.
Honey, you can go on and on with that like a broken record. It's mighty sweet music.
Are you sure you love me?
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm sure.
Then you really should put a ring on my finger, you know.
That's the kind of broken record that could use some more breaking. Look, baby. We've discussed this marriage business so much, my jaws hurt every time it comes up again. Let's face the facts. You know what happens when you mix nitro and glycerin? Well, I don't want a bunch of two-legged time bombs running around my door.
Do you consider yourself a time bomb?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious there's been some mixing somewhere in your background. And it hasn't hurt you any.
I'm still a Negro, baby. I'm still a Negro. You know what they say about one drop of African blood.
Aren't you contradicting what you just said about mixing?
I don't give a damn about contradictions. We're not talking about some abstract problem in logic. We're talking about the hard facts related to love and marriage and kids.
Kids? I'd like that.
Yeah, sure you would. You'd just love to take one of my kids home to see its grandparents, wouldn't you? Well, hell, baby, you wouldn't be able to go home yourself. Your past would be dead, you know that? Your life would start from the moment we met.
That's the way I feel now, Jerry.
And it's a beautiful way to feel. But it's not the way you start a healthy marriage. A good marriage adds to the past, baby. It doesn't destroy it.
I know. You're still in love with Martha. Jerry, Martha is dead. She would want you to be happy.
Married to a white girl. Hello? Yeah, this is Jerry Ellsworth. Turnerville? Yes, I'll accept the charges. Hi. What? What did you say? Yes, I heard. Yes. Yes, of course I'll come.
Jerry, what's wrong? Who called?
Killed my little girl.
Little Mary.
He's dead. My God, Martha's baby is dead. You know who did it. The Klan. The Ku Klux Klan. Damn them all to hell! Lousy, stinking white bastards!
Jerry, get control of yourself.
Get control of myself? Who the hell are you, white woman, to tell me to get control of myself? Get the hell out of my bed! White! 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 White. White. Yeah, I could pass for white. Hair. Credentials. Money.
Flight 662 for...
Chuck! Jerry, what the hell's going on?
Did you get the stuff on the Klan?
You're damn right I did. Finished my story on the riots about midnight and spent the rest of the night down in the morgue. Oh, I'm sorry. That was an unfortunate slip. But that's what we call it, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I was rotten about your little girl.
Yeah, rotten. Look, I've got to be on that plane in 10 minutes. Now, is there anything in here that I won't understand?
Jerry, all you have to do is read that file there, and you will automatically be one of the foremost experts on the KKK. But what the hell for?
Hang on to your socks, Chuck.
Jerry, my God, with that, you look just like a...
White man? Yeah, that's me, Lily White. Look, did you get the rest of the stuff?
Yeah. Now I know who the friend is who wants the new identity.
Well, come on out with it. Who am I?
You're John B. Ashley, 2250 West Lincoln Street here in L.A. You're a building contractor. Now, everything is there, driver's license and all.
It's a pleasure having you here with us at the Turnerville City Hotel, Mr. Ashley. Thank you, sir. If there's anything else that you need, call on to the desk and ask for Teddy. I'll come on fly.
Teddy.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where I can find a real estate man named Rook? I think it's William Rook.
Yes, sir. It's about 3 blocks down the street. Turn to your left on Hatfield. And you see a little building on the north side of the street.
Thank you, Teddy.
there's anything else I can do to help get that property out of escrow for these people, let me know.
Well, I don't think there'll be any problem, Mrs. Thatcher. Simply a 90-day escrow, and it should go through without a hitch, as Daddy says.
I guess I'll go on and let you get back to your work. Thanks for your help.
Well, thank you for coming in. Well, now, sir, what can I do for you?
Is Mr. Rook in?
No. He'll be back in a few minutes. I'm his daughter. Can I help?
No, I'll wait for him.
You're not from around here. And you don't sound like a Yankee.
Los Angeles.
Oh, my goodness. Out there where all those movie stars live? Gee, you're a long way from home. What happened? All those rotten niggers run you off?
You might say that. Seems like you've had your share of trouble right here in Turnerville.
Maybe the colored folks have trouble, but us whites don't. Is your business with my daddy's Los Angeles business?
Yes, it is.
I wonder what that could be.
Miss Rook, you are a very nosy girl.
That's right, Caroline. You're a nosy girl, but how pretty you are.
That's my daddy.
My name's Rook. What's yours?
Ashley. John Ashley.
That's a southern-sounding name. He's from Los Angeles, Daddy.
Step into my office. Sit down. Now, state your mind.
All right, I'll get right to the point. I don't like what's going on in our country, Mr. Rook. Civil rights movements, laws being shoved through Congress. It's enough to make a patriotic man throw up.
Amen, brother.
We're getting what's coming to us in Los Angeles. But I'm not sorry. As a matter of fact, it may be a godsend, because it's caused me to do something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Now I'm just mad enough to do it. Mr. Rook, I want to start a Klan in Los Angeles.
Keep talking.
I want you to show me how to run a Klan, how to recruit, how to organize.
You crazy or something? Where did you get my name? What the hell makes you think I'm a Klansman?
You had a church bombing and a lynching here in Turnerville the other night. The story and your picture made the paper all the way out to the coast.
Well, it's a damn lie. I ain't no Klansman.
I've followed the Klan's activities for years. I've seen your name in many other articles.
Damn those newspapers to hell. Nothing but a pack of lies. The only truth you'll find in them is in the funny papers. Just who the hell are you, anyway?
I'm not a government man. I'm a building contractor. But I've been a Klan sympathizer for years.
Mister, I couldn't care less if you was a government man. Now, you go do your sympathizing somewhere else. I ain't no Klansman in no way, shape, or form. Niggers been working for me and my family for 100 years, and we always treated them right. Now, if you got Klan business on your mind, why don't you go down there to Atlanta and talk to the Imperial Wizard of the United Klans?
I don't want to work under him any more than you do. I'm interested in just two things, Mr. Rook. Forming a Klan in California and making money. Big money.
I don't think we have any more to say, Mr. Ashley. I'd take it kindly if you'd get the hell out of here.
Goodbye, Miss Rook. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, my pleasure, Mr. Ashley.
In case your father should change his mind, I'm in the City Hotel, room 304.
304.
right, mister. Turn around and face the car and don't try anything smart. Well, what's wrong?
Shut up and put your hands on the car, fella. Spread eagle.
Well, what's the matter? Are you the registered owner of this car? No, I rented it at the airport in Montgomery.
Don't have no weapon, Sheriff.
All right, you can turn around now, Mr. Ashley. Now get in your rented car and move on.
Get up. Get up! Against the wall. Spread eagle! Now, what were you hunted for? Who sent you?
Can't tell you that.
All right. Now, you get out of here. You go on and report back to Rook or the sheriff, whoever sent you. Go on, get out of here. Come in.
You're a good man, Ashley. Beat the hell out of him, got his gun to boot.
Did you come here to talk business or for the deputy's gun?
It's business I'm here for. You know, I think you're straight.
I take it you're admitting now that you're in charge of the Turnerville clan.
I ain't admitting nothing. But just why did you come to me instead of going to the Imperial Wizard of the United Clan?
Because I'm not any more interested in being under the Imperial Wizard than you are. Your clan here in Turnerville is independent. You call it the Knights of White Supremacy, don't you?
That's right.
Well, my clan in California is going to be independent, too. I'm not interested in channeling the membership fees and dues to the Imperial Wizard. I thought we could work together. I know you used to be the #1 recruiter and organizer for the United Clan.
Keep talking. Seems you know more about me than I do.
No more to say.
All right, then. I'll take over. Now, you're dang smart by staying away from the United Clans, because they take the power and the money away from the Clavers.
Yeah. The power and the money.
Well, now, that money's important. Dang important. You said it yourself.
Mr. Rook, California is bursting at the seams with money.
Well, it might cost you and your group quite a bit to enlist my services.
I know that a #1 recruiter and organizer is costly. I'm prepared to be very generous.
There's other expenses, too, you know. My business going to suffer, me being gone.
Don't you worry any about money. You'll realize plenty. I promise you $5,000 when you get off the plane in California. Between now and then, we'll talk about what else is yours. Mr. Rook, we're going to make you a very famous man. Los Angeles is a big city. Its newspapers are going to give you a lot of free publicity. That should put you in a much better position to bargain with Big Brother of the United Klan, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it'll do that, all right. Okay, it's a deal, Mr. Ashley. By God, it's a deal.
And you'll start teaching me immediately about the Klan?
Darn right I will. Now, I'll get some literature over to you tomorrow, and tomorrow night there's going to be a little rally just outside of town. It'll be attended by people from all over the country. And, how about Carol Ann coming by for you and bringing you out? She asked me if she could do that.
Well, you tell her I appreciate her offer of hospitality, and I accept it. Just a minute. Here's the deputy's gun. He might have a run-in with a candy bar thief. Mama. Wake up. Mama, it's Jerry.
Jerry, my son, you got here.
Mama.
Oh, Jerry, you're here with me.
Mama. Mama, don't cry. Please, Mama, don't cry.
Jerry, your little Mary is gone.
I know, Mama. I know.
There's also one leaving in an hour.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Well, the lady at the ticket counter says it'll be over an hour before the bus to Turnerville leaves. But it'll get us there before dark. Don't kill it. I want to talk to this young lady. Private like.
Where's Jerry?
No, his mother said he hasn't shown up yet. In fact, she said he wouldn't be here at all. Said he's sick, back in the hospital in Los Angeles.
But Chuck Sloan said he put him on the plane.
Oh, don't look at me, honey. I'm no oracle. Hey, but the one thing I did get out of her, though, there's a Negro motel not too far from here, if you want to stay.
Of course I want to stay.
Okay, we're ready to go now.
Alex, I'd like your permission to talk for just a minute. Would you ask the girls to leave?
All right.
Will you young ladies kindly step in the back room, please? We got a little men talk.
you all know what's been going on around here in the past few days. You all know that the authorities have done nothing about the situation. You all know that we have not been treated like human beings. And what does it mean to be treated like a human being? It means being treated with some respect. But how do you get it? You command it. And you can't command anything unless you got what it takes to make it stick. Force! That sound reasonable, Joe?
Sounds reasonable, Farley.
Ever try to figure out what force was? Or where you got it from? Of course not. If you had, you would have thought of it long before I did. And man, it's so simple. Just like ordering from Sears catalog. I got hold of me of one of those New York newspapers. And I found out who handled the stuff. And I ordered me some. And here he is. Raymond Estes.
Yeah, that's...
You're all a bunch of cowardly Uncle Toms! You don't deserve to be saved! But I'm gonna save you anyway. In 48 hours, I can have you all crawling off your knees with a snarl in your teeth that can be heard all the way to Washington, D.C. Look at you! If your proud ancestors could see you now, they'd spit in your cringing faces. Your forefathers were proud men, proud men. Follow me for 48 hours, and you'll never have to follow anybody again. Don't misunderstand my purpose for being here. I am not a crusader. I create crusaders. I'm a professional. I work for two things: money and my self-respect. In that order.
Do you think if I had been that much of a man, the KK would have killed my little brother? I'm not gonna let this man get away until I learn something from him. I'm gonna learn how to stand on my two hind legs and harm. In fact, I'm kicking in my share of his expenses right now. Come on, Alex. You one of the richest men in Shacktown. Help us put some teeth in this tiger.
When you decide to bring in some brains for the tiger, instead of false teeth, I'll kick in a little heavier.
Don't let this old maid scare y'all fellas. He don't want no change around here. All he wants to do is sit on his fat rear and get rich off your money.
Now you watch your lip, Farley. Now if you had as much nerve as your little brother had, you could walk into that city cafe and find out that they sell the same brand of beer as you get here. Except you pay just exactly twice the price. Now, you a local boy, and I appreciate your business, but you get them Harlem gangsters out of here and don't never bring them back. Now, they can stay in my motel, because there ain't no place else in town for them to go. But there won't be no more rebel rousing on my premises. You hear me?
Yeah,
The only way you can die quicker than hanging out with them is to move one more inch in my direction. Now get them out of here!
I wasn't brought here to kill my own people. And no matter how stupid they might be.
The rest of you can go with him if you want to.
Don't worry, gentleman. I'm not deserting you just yet. I think you're entitled to a free demonstration. I'm going to show you that even false teeth can make a Klansman scream in terror. I think you've made a slight mistake, miss.
Oh, no, she didn't. No, we were just told that the manager of the motel was here.
In that case, it was my mistake. Excuse me?
You really the manager from next door?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, you can show us where to put a couple of tied carcasses. It's a long haul from Los Angeles.
Oh, 2 civil rights workers.
No, we don't work for civil rights. We just practice them.
One moment, sir, and I'll get the rest.
We'd like a couple of nice singles.
A couple of singles?
Yeah.
The singles are small, but comfortable. Number 7 and 8.
Right now, I could pass out on a field of wild roses.
Roses? What time is it?
5 after 8, why?
Is there a flower shop here in town?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Right next to the hotel up in the white section of town. I believe they stay open till 9.
Yeah, come in. Well, what's the matter? Didn't they have any flowers?
They may not have when I get through here. I may buy them all.
I guess some of those nice folks out there saw us together, right?
Wrong. I saw Jerry.
Great. What'd he say?
He didn't see me. He was too busy drooling over that stupid Southern Belle type blonde he had on his arm.
I see you folks are making yourselves comfortable after your long trip.
You know, the batteries in my hearing aid must be dead. I didn't hear you knock.
We're not making ourselves comfortable. We're discussing a problem.
A rather serious one, too. I sympathize with you, but Barnaby here seems to think my problem is even more pressing. Why don't we discuss my problem first?
We haven't done anything to you.
Yeah, flick off. We've got enough trouble.
Don't, Barnaby. We may need him to help convince this young lady my problem is very serious.
Please don't hurt him. What do you want?
Something I've always wanted. A white chauffeur. Barnaby, tie him up.
Damn my hide if I hadn't given you all up. Hey, Jenkins, bend over here and meet the man I was telling you about.
May God's sweetest love be on you and your new California clan, Brother Ashley.
He's, kind of the chaplain, isn't he?
That's right. He's a Klux. The fellow that says our prayers and whips these people into line. You'll see how it works. Just keep a sharp eye.
What's going on over there?
With the cross? Man, oh man, you'll see a fearsome sight out there later on. Carol, honey, I want you to take this 50, and when Brother Cludd gets them all fired up, I want you to throw it in the bucket. You get me?
Sure thing, Daddy. Now you put on a real good show.
Get out of there, white boy. Park it up that dirt road. What are you gonna do with him? Just take him for a little walk. Look, you can't. You can't kill him. Kill him? No. I'm just gonna conk him over the head and shut him up. Get moving. You killed him? You got a weak stomach or something? Remember, Father, you brought me down here to do a job, so don't interfere with the work. But why? By God, why? Later for the questions, baby. You stay here and wait for Barnaby. Come on, Polly.
I'm telling you that our own national capital, yes, that very city, named for the beloved founder of these United States, has become a stinking swamp. And that swamp, brothers and sisters, is breeding the most evil kind of villain. Nigger lovers! Communist nigger lovers! But, oh, they're gonna burn in hell's eternal fire for it. Amen. Now we all know that we ain't supposed to eat with niggers, and we ain't supposed to go to school with niggers, and we ain't supposed to marry them, or go to church with them either. Or if the Lord had a minute to be this way, he'd have told us about it in the Bible. Now, brothers and sisters, you all know that the Klan is dedicated to white supremacy. And I just know that you don't mind sacrificing just a little to help the Klan fulfill this principle. So I say, Grand Cyclops, have your men pass the buckets among these fine people. Yes, these good and generous Klansmen. Now, who wants to be the first to come forward and give?
I'm giving $50.
Hallelujah! Sister, $50, that little lady said. Now, who'll match that? Bless you, brother. Bless you. Now, remember, folks, the Lord is with us here tonight, and he's watching over all of us. And I can hear him saying, now this man is with me, but that one's not. Strike the cross, brothers.
It's over by the truck.
Jenkins, get on my two-way car radio and call the sheriff. Maybe he can hit him off.
Let's get with it, Barnaby. Come on, Barnaby.
Kill your engine, ma'am.
Get your light out of her eyes. Can't you see she's a white woman?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, miss, move on.
Just as I said before, lover boy, I brought her back, safe and sound. Let me give you both some advice. Forget what happened tonight, and don't try to leave town until I say so. Otherwise, you're free to do as you like. Got that?
Yeah, we understand.
Ashley, I'm right proud of the way you took care of Carol Ann. Come on, Jenkins, let's get out of here.
Now, you kids better not stay out here too long now, you hear?
Oh, what the hell, they ain't coming back.
Well, John, I think you're entitled to some kind of reward for saving my life. Aren't you even going to kiss me?
Carol Ann,
Yes, honey, yes.
did all those people out there tonight participate in the raid on the church?
What church? Only a few people ever participate in the raids. Daddy says too many people have too many mouths. Kiss me.
You know, I was looking around tonight and trying to figure out who have guts enough to throw a bomb. You know, I think Jenkins might. Don't you?
Don't I what, darling?
I think Jenkins has enough guts to throw a bomb.
Him? No. It's against his religion. Why, he makes them, someone else does the throwing. Now forget about the Klan business and think about me for a while. Kiss me.
What are we doing here? Just watching them. Scares hell out of them. Come on, let's get out and go join the sheriff.
You go on along. I'll stay here.
Who's that dude in the sunglasses?
It's probably some out-of-town relation of the kids. I've seen that girlie before.
That little broad was driving that caddy last night.
How do you know?
I stopped her myself at a roadblock. But she was alone.
You thought she was alone.
It didn't dawn on me that a white woman... Hell, she's with that same bunch. Let's go make some arrests.
No, I think I've got something better planned for that bunch, Sheriff.
John, it isn't quite 12 o'clock, so you have time enough to kiss me goodbye.
Why do you say it like that? I thought that we'd continue.
Don't get any sentimental ideas about last night, John. It wasn't the first time for either one of us, and I'm sure it won't be the last. You have a new hobby now, and the clans takes a lot of time, and I just don't want to be left sitting at home with nothing to do. I want time to pursue hobbies of my own.
You sound serious. Are you?
Definitely. In my books, there's nothing so dead as last night's affair.
I hardly know how to take you, Carol Ann.
Whenever neither one of us are busy, John, that's how to take me. Kiss me.
State your name and business.
John B. Ashley, a friend and student of Clancraft. Will the Honorable Nighthawk allow me entry?
You will put on your robe. You will now take your place with the other initiates. The initiates will face the rear of the room.
We will now proceed with the ceremony.